Hi everyone, this is Lynn and you're watching Crazy for Crafting. Today is going to be number 3 for Christmas gifts, and this is your, little post-it note holder with the little pen. What we're going to do differently today is that we're going to make this out of cardstock. So let's get started. First you're going to need out of chipboard. Most of them are made from cardstock. The first piece needs to be 3 1/4 by 3 5/8. Then you need one that's 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. This will be your front, this will be your back. Then you're going to need 2 pieces that are both 3 1/4 by 3/8. Okay, that's going to be where the pin's held together. Then what you're going to do is you're going to take some cardstock, and we're going to make hinges on this. And you want these to be 3/4 of an inch by 3 1/4, and you want 2 that are 3/4 inch wide, and then you want 2 that are 1 inch wide. So on the 3/4 ones, you'll score down the center, which will be 3/8 of an inch, and then on the 1 inch one, you'll also score 3/8 of an inch. So you'll have a 3/8 of an inch side and then a 5/8 of an inch side. And then you're going to put these together. So you need some score tape or some sticky strip, or you can even glue them if you like to use wet glue. It will hold it probably even better. But I usually get more wet glue on me than I do on my projects, so I use it sparingly. Okay, so you put it down both sides, and then what I do is I take my bone folder and I burnish that tape. I don't care what kind of tape it is. Double-sided, burnish it down. That's half the battle right there. Okay, so you're going to take this off, and you're going to take your first little piece, and you're going to sit it on there so that it's right up against that score mark. And what you'll see is that it's just a hair away, even though this is a 3/8 inch piece and this is scored at 3/8 because of the width of the chipboard. So if you do it and it looks like this, and you've got a little extra space there, that's perfect. And then take off the tape, and you want to hold this piece down next to it at a 45-degree angle, and then pull this up like this. And what that'll do is it'll give you the slightest bit in between, which is going to hold it in place. Then what you want is to take a bigger piece and put some score tape on it, or sticky strip. This happens to be Miracle tape. You get 55 yards basically for the same price of score tape, which is 27 yards, and I think it's just as good, and I get it from Viva Las Vegas Stamps. Okay, we're going to take these off. Now, this is the front, the 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 square. Okay, so now I'm going to do this sideways. You want this piece and this angled piece up at the top here. So you're going to put this on, and since it's only 3/4 of an inch, you're going to put it on the opposite side, right up against that fold, like that. Okay? And then you're going to take this piece, and you're going to lay this flat, put this in an 45-degree angle, like that, and bring this up. Then you can take and burnish it. So now you've got the one set the hinge on the back side, and now you've got a hinge on the front side. And we're going to do the same thing with this one, except this one is going to be the back. Okay, but before we do that, right in here, you need to measure 1 inch from either side. 1, 2, 3, 4, which will leave about 1 1/4 inches in there. And you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut that up to that hinge where the score line was. Okay, so now you've got like 3 little pieces here. This piece in the middle, you're going to bend the opposite direction. Okay, but you're still going to put your hinge on. So here we go. Your other 1 inch hinge that is scored at 3/8 of an inch. Get your tape on there real good. Burnish it down. Okay. Okay. What I want you to do after you've cut this is now put a piece of sticky strip or miracle tape or whatever double-sided you have on the 2 outside 1 inch pieces. I'm going to take that off and this off. And you're going to line this up with your back piece and stick it down right there, edge to edge. Okay. Now, you don't have this one down yet. That's the center. Okay. And then you're going to take and put some tape on that back piece. And you're going to bring it over the 2 end pieces and the center piece. And then you just want to take and burnish it down real good. And there you have your holder. Here's, okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to decorate it. And since this, I am going to take and distress the edges. And since I'm using this paper, it's got some blue, and I don't know if it's hard to tell if that's a black or a dark gray, but I'm going to use okay, so I'm going to cut these the exact same size as the front and back, and I'm going to distress, and again I'm going to use some sticky strip, but you can use glue or whatever you want. Okay. Okay. You want to start this in at least 1/4 of an inch, and then you want to bend this in the position it's supposed to go so that it will go around. And if it's easier to do, sometimes just throw a pin in here like this, okay, and then take it on around to the back. That's all you need to do. Then you're going to take the piece for the front, and to save time, I'm going to use my ATG gun, but you really want this to stick really good, so I would say double-sided tape or wet glue. Okay. And let's do the back. And of course this will cover this piece right here. Oops. Let's go like this. Get those edges straight. Okay. Now, you've got this all done. Then you want to do the same thing on the inside. I think I'm going to use a piece of black cardstock for that. So we want one piece. To be at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, and then the back piece to be 3 5/8 by 3. I believe it's still 3 1/4. Yep, by 3 1/4. So you just need 2 squares, 3 1/4. And the reason for that is because where you press this down, that 5/8 makes it 3 1/4. Can you see that? Okay. So, well, I didn't cut it 3 1/4, now did I? 3 1/4. Oops. Okay. Same thing, I'm going to use the ATG gun really quickly. You should use wet glue or sticky strip, any double-sided. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to butt this up, just like that. Do the same to the top. Okay, and I like to butt it up to the front, and then you can always, you know, worry about if there's a little bit of edging coming over. Just take a craft knife and cut that little piece away. If you need to get out and ink it again because you had to cut it, that's okay too. Okay, so now there is your holder. You just take one of these little post-it notes. They're the 3 by 3. Again, use your sticky strip. It's better. And depending on how you want, if you want to open it this way and right, or you want to open, okay, you want to have it like this, so you pop it open this way, then make sure that those are down at the bottom. Or if you want it to the side, now I like mine this way. So you take and stick it up against like that, and then put your pen in, and there you go. You open it up, You can put a little calendar here if you want. Um, I'll actually have a PDF of little calendars that'll fit here that you can put in there. And it's actually thick enough, you can, you know, they're small, but you can put them all in there. And all you do to glue them together is, I'll show you, you cut them out, okay, put them together, take some clips, or, you know, anything, like I use these, you know, for clothes, okay. You do that on both sides. Let's do it with this one. Okay, you put them on the sides. Okay, this is where you want to glue it. And all I do is I take my hot glue and I run it across there real thick. And then I have one of these ready, and I've got it inside out because the one side's got those little knobby things, nubbies, and I want the smooth side. So you hold it like this, you put your hot glue on, and you go like this, and that way you don't burn your finger, and you'll get that and let it just sit there for a little while, and when you take these off, you'll have a pad, and that's what I did to these. See? I don't know if you can, I don't know if it shines or not, but I make my own pads. So that's what you would do to make, to put your calendar in here. And you would just glue it in the same way you do this. Now, this is good for a good long while when this is empty. Because it's out of chipboard, they can just put another pad in. And you can also take, before you put the inside covers on, the top and bottom, you can glue some ribbon in there so that you can tie this shut, or you can tie the ribbon around this way. And I make one of these out of the chipboard every year, because not that I don't want to reuse it, because I do reuse it, but I use it for the whole year, and then the next year I make another one with a different design on it, because by then I'm bored with that design and want a different one. And so you can put on here anything you want. You can put notes from so and so. You can even, if you really were into it, stamp your pages, but I just think that that's nice like that. And it holds your pen, and it won't bend in your purse, because some things get thrown in my purse by accident. And I don't want something like this to be flimsy. Now, I know I've made them out of cardstock before, but for myself, I've always made them out of chipboard. And so I thought, why not have everybody make them out of chipboard? Chipboard's not that hard to come by. If you have a cereal box, you've got chipboard. If you're going to use a cereal box, what you need to do is take two pieces the same size and glue them together. And you have to use wet glue on that. Something that'll make them stick. Because this is like a double thickness of your cereal boxes or your cracker boxes or whatever. So you do want it to be a little bit thicker than just a cereal box. But like I said, two pieces of the cereal box together and voila, you've got thick, heavy-duty chipboard. So I hope you like this little gift, and they're pretty quick and easy and inexpensive, and you can decorate them any way you like. So is mark the bins, okay? So you start on the front of it. Need to pop my glasses on. Try to get it as even as you can. Okay, and then now this goes down and this goes up, but we're gonna make it all go up right now because you need to put that little extra bend in there. Okay, there you go. Okay, so now we've got, see how it Can you see how it gives it a little extra? Okay. Now what I need is to cut my lines in here again. Okay. Push those in. Pop that one out. Fold it the way it's supposed to fold. Okay. Let's just... Okay, so now you've got everything done. And then you take your pieces of tape back here, and then you fold this back piece down, because you don't want this tape down really until after you get your cover on it. Okay, now see, this is just a little bit too big, so I'm just going to take my knife and run it across there. And here's the same thing. Voila. Now, since this one's white, you can leave it white on the inside, or you can decorate it any way you like. But that's also another quick way to cover one of these. And then again, you can also take your ink and do the edges. So that's just another way to cover these quickly. And then if you wanted, you could also just say cover it like that, and then put another piece like this in the center and build it up if you like. So hope you like that one. I hope you like this idea, and hopefully within another week I'll be back with another Christmas gift idea. You guys have a great day. Bye.